Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we'll talk about BTC. We'll take a look at BTC on the macro view and what type of price action we could anticipate over the next like a few weeks or even like a few months going forward, right? So we'll take a look at the altcoin dominance and the Bitcoin dominance, right? And we'll talk about Fantom on the macro scale and what type of pullbacks or the type of pump we could get over the next like a few weeks and all that good stuff. Okay. So let's go ahead and start off with BTC. So don't forget to smash the like, guys. Make sure to hit the likes. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Join the public Telegram group link in the description and all that good stuff, right? So Don J in the house, thanks a lot for tuning in. So now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on a monthly basis. So the monthly basis, the monthly 21 EMA, it is holding as we've been expecting since like November, December. We said if we dump down to the monthly 21, most likely wells they're going to show up and they're going to be scooping some BTC right around like 37K and all that good stuff. So the most important is like the closing basis, especially on the monthly time frame. So when we say monthly 21 EMA, we just want to stay above it. Could we drop below it? Yes, we dump below it and we test at the weekly 100 EMA and all that good stuff and still manage to stay above the weekly 100 EMA, just about like a 35.5. Okay, we did not close below the weekly 100 EMA, right? So monthly 21 EMA, it is quite important. I don't think bears going to be dumping the price, right? Closing below the monthly 21. So I think like bulls most likely going to be buying all the dips just to stay above the monthly 21 EMA till we start like the new month of February and all that good stuff, right? If you recall back in December, right here, that's exactly what we said. We said, even though we're looking for lower prices, we're looking for BTC to retest the monthly 21. However, we did not expect, right, the monthly time frame, right, back in December to close below 44. And just to recap what we said was like if we close below 44K, the quarterly cycle was going to be extremely bearish, and definitely everyone going to be bearish, and everyone going to be dumping their BTC and all that good stuff. So I was like, bulls, they're not dumb enough to basically close the quarterly cycle bearish. Okay, they're most likely going to defend it, and bears, they're smart enough not to basically dump it before the yearly cycle open and all that good stuff, right? So just to recap the monthly time frame, the our immediate support, it is still going to be the monthly 21 EMA over the next like a few few months and all that good stuff. We will take a look at it in in February, March and all that good stuff to see if we could basically stay above it and all that good stuff, right? As you can see right here, back in November 2019, it took a while basically to dump below it. Back in back in June, July, August and all that good stuff, 2018, we, stay above it for like nearly over 6, 7 months. Okay, nearly, all right. Started back in May, right? May, June, July, August, and all that, right? So before dumping down to the 50 EMA. So speaking of the 50 EMA on a monthly basis, could we retest it? Yes, we can still retest the 50 EMA on a monthly basis, right? But we just don't know at what time, okay, we're going to retest it. Could we stay above the monthly 21 EMA forever before retesting it? And it is not even sure because we discussed the BTC, wave analysis regarding the running flat. So it is not guaranteed, right? We will be dumping below 30K. Okay, it is not guaranteed. That's why I'm saying the monthly 21 down to the weekly 100 EMA and all that good stuff going to be a key level to keep an eye on. Just in case we do not basically break out below 30,000 area. Okay, it could be all the way down to 28.5, but the most important price, it is going to be the 30K area. All right. So now let's take a look at BTC on a 3 weeks basis. So on a 3 weeks basis, even though the monthly time frame, it is still looking pretty good. Our 3 weeks time frame, as we said, we don't want to close below the 3 weeks 21 EMA, and if we do, we could be retesting the 50 EMA on our 3 weeks time frame. And the 50 EMA right now coincides with our with our 305 30.5K support, right? It is going to be the average support we could be watching, right? Just in case we do not get back above the 42K area. So 42K going to be the 21 EMA, right? It is our 21 EMA, the yellow line on our 3 weeks basis. So our immediate resistance, okay, going to be 42, right, based on the 3 weeks time frame. And if we get a high volatility over the next like a couple of weeks, because the 3 weeks time frame going to close on the 12th, right, February, actually 11. So we're going to get a new candle on the 12th. So over the next like 2 weeks, it could be quite volatile. So we just don't know if BTC going to be pumping up to pumping all the way up to 42 first and retest the 305, or if the volatility is high enough, it could wick down like to a 30K on average and push back up. Because 30K, it is going to be a a very important key level to keep an eye on. If you realize what happened back in January 2021, right? I said it clearly when BTC was right around like a 28, 29, 30K. I was like, it is time to buy it, okay? And most people started to buy BTC when Elon Musk said it is time to suck it up, and everybody started to jumping in and all that good stuff, right? So Elon, I don't think he's sold his BTC yet, right? So I don't know. I'm not speculating regarding what is he doing, but just something to keep in mind. Okay, we haven't been able to get a monthly candle close below 35, so February going to be quite important. Okay, if we go back to let's go back to the monthly time frame right here. Last time we closed a candle below like a 32 was like the January 2021 candle. Okay, so if you take a look at the February candle, it opened right around like 32.8. And if you take a look at it, right, I didn't even realize it, right? But our most recent candle right here, January candle, just retested what 32.8. And February right here, we opened where at 32.8, give or take, right? So candle opened right around actually 33.1. Okay, close enough, right? So it is very important, right? I know most people are looking to buy the absolute bottom, and some of them they just not sure if BTC will break out below 30K. So I don't think like they're looking for the absolute bottom. So they just not sure if BTC will break out below 30K. Okay, so I don't think people are greedy enough, right, to basically know, exactly. I mean, it's hard to know exactly, but I don't think people are greedy enough to basically say, okay, I'm gonna wait for 30K when BTC is at 33. You see what I'm saying? If you're looking for like a higher prices, but sometimes it is hard to tell for most people, even myself, right? Unless you spend some time analyzing the chart and getting like a some indicators to show you like some bullishness and all that good stuff, right? But just to go back to the 3 weeks time frame right here, our support going to be 30K based on the 3 weeks 21 EMA and all that, 3 weeks 50 EMA and all that good stuff, right? So now the next most important time frame, it is going to be our weekly 100 EMA. So the weekly 100 EMA, we discussed the weekly 100 EMA ever since we broke out below the 21 EMA right there. Okay, what we said was like our weekly 100 EMA going to be our biggest support at 35 to 35.5. And if you take a look at it, even though we dumped below it right there, we did not close below it. And I said it, even though the short-term volatility was quite impressive, we were pumping and dumping like 3,000, 5,000 points, between 38 and 33 and all that good stuff. We managed, okay, to close above the weekly 100 EMA at 35. So it is quite important, okay. We can still dump below it, but the volatility going to be quite high, because if we want to stay above it, it means that whenever we dump like below the weekly 100 EMA, we could dump as low as 20%. We have to pump back up 23, 24% to pump back above it. So within the next few weeks, right, it is going to be very critical to be very cautious at the same time, right, regarding the 30K to a 33K. I know it is only 3,000 point. You might be like, okay, it is only 10%, but BTC is pretty volatile, so why we should care about 10%? Yes, we should care about 10% because it could be the bottom. Okay, you see what I'm saying? It could be the bottom. It could just dump down to 305 and basically go to the moon and all that good stuff, right? So keep an eye on BTC. Anything below 30, 35 within the next like a few weeks going to be mostly, a buy for the whales. Okay, I don't think like whales want to let the price dump below 30K, right? So keep that in mind, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on a 3D basis. On the 3D basis, we got some nice bullish candle, right? So that's the first time we're getting like three consecutive bullish 3D candles since right there, okay, since like October. So pretty impressive, right? But the thing is, the volume, it is still low. Even though we want to get excited, the volume is low, and price price is price is price is trying to push high and all that good stuff. So it is not something that we want to rely on for a potential reversal, right? So we know exactly on the 3D what we need to see, right? If you've been following some crypto long enough, you know we got to get our bullish crossover on our 3D. Okay, we got to get our bullish crossover. It is going to be very hard, right, for the price action to stay above the 21 EMA. So it means that we could get some sideways correction, right? Some sideways correction potentially, right, in this range, all the way down to 30K. Okay, so the blue box right here definitely going to be a buy range for the bulls, right? For the bulls right here, all the way down to like a 30K on average. Okay, mid range 33K. Okay, so the average buy range at the bottom going to be 30K, right? Could it drop lower? Yes, it could drop low. Okay, so now we're done with the 3D. Now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on a 6-hour basis, right? So if we take a look at the 6-hour time frame, right, what we said back in on Monday, right? As soon as we got that pump to the upside, we said, okay, it is time to take a break. Why it is time to take a break? Because the volatility is going to slow down on the downside. Even though the monthly is down, weekly is down, 3D is down, daily time frame is down. Whenever we get our MACD to cross positive on our 6-hour time frame, it is going to slow down the volatility. So whenever we get a bullish crossover on our 6-hour time frame, I'd like to take a break because I know we're most likely going to be moving sideways. Okay, so if for instance, if I didn't sleep enough, I see the bullish crossover on our 6-hour time frame, I'm be like, okay, it is time to go to sleep because price action price action will not dump any lower. Okay, so right here you can select the 6-hour 21 EMA been giving us a tough time on Bitstamp, right there, right here. We push to the upside all the way up to 39, right, when the Fed said like they're not going to raise rates. So price action pumped to the upside and finally dumped to the downside all the way down to 35.5. And recall, okay, remember the 35.5 area, it is what? It is the monthly, it is below the monthly 21 EMA, but it is the weekly 100 EMA. So even if you take a look at it in terms of Fibonacci, we did pull back 50%. But at the same time, okay, even though we pull back down 50%, that same area was our what? Weekly 100 EMA right here. That's why it is quite important to keep an eye on the weekly 100 EMA because BTC might try not to close below the weekly 100 EMA. So if we're going to get some dump, right, it means like we got to do it like early in the week. Okay, it means if we dump like let's say Monday or Tuesday, dump down to whatever price we're going to dump at, right? Bulls could show up right before the weekly close and push back the price up above the weekly 100 EMA. And if you remember well, most of you guys probably paying attention to the to the price action. It seems like every Monday or Sunday or Monday, right? We tend to get the dump. Even back in right here when BTC was at 52, right? 52 right here. Remember we got that dump on Monday, right? Monday night. okay, which was like basically the first, first or second candle of the week, right? Because the weekly candle opened on Sunday night, right? So right here, we also got the same dump like last week, I think like Sunday, right? When BTC was pumping, if I remember well. So keep an eye on BTC and the volatility between Sunday and Monday. It is going to be quite important to, stay on top of the game, right? Just in case we get some high volatility to the downside, and most moon boys will be panicking and all that good stuff. But going back to the 6 hour time frame, keep an eye on the crossover over the next like a few days. I don't think we will get the crossover tonight, but if we do, you just know like the volatility will be much higher to the downside, because we will be looking for a retest of the 33, 34 on a 6 to 12 hour time frame, right? Not on the weekly and all that good stuff, right? So the 12-hour, we could also rely on the 12-hour 21 EMA. It's been a pretty constant resistance, right? Even though we've been talking about the 21 EMA on a 6 hour all the time, the 6 hour been pretty constant. Okay, right here we could not even get a close above it. Right there, we're getting another rejection right there. If you take a look at it back in December, when I was extremely bearish on BTC, right around the 6 hour 21 EMA, if we basically took a look at it basically on the 12 hour, we've been getting like what some massive rejections, okay, right there till we pump above the right around the 50 EMA, right? But so it all depends how you want to look at the market and how comfortable you are with your time frame, okay? But the 6 hour time frame, it is pretty important, okay? So now let's go ahead and take a look at the BTC dominance, right? Before we take a look at the altcoin dominance, let's go ahead and take a look at the BTC dominance, and after that we will take a look at the altcoin dominance. So the BTC dominance, as we said, since September, we will be moving sideways between 47 and 39. So we just retested 39 and getting our bounce we've been anticipating over the last few weeks, few months actually, right? Since like September, what we said was like, okay, if we push back up to 47, we most likely going to retest the 39 to 41. So if the BTC price action remains bearish, we're most likely going to see the BTC dominance, okay, going up. So as you can see right now, you could draw it like in different ways, meaning like you could draw a wedge pattern like that, right? Or you could just look at it as a flat. But I don't think right now it is feasible to look at it as a flat correction, since like we're anticipating a pullback. Let's just look at it as a wedge pattern, okay? So a wedge pattern, meaning like we could be getting a push to the upside all the way up to a 48%, okay? So keep an eye on BTC between 47 to a BTC. Keep an eye on the BTC dominance between 47 to 48%, not 47,000 and 48,000. Okay, before all the moon boys jumping and humping regarding a pump, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at the altcoin dominance, right? So the altcoin dominance, right? It is extremely bearish. Okay, I know it is very harsh, but it is what it is, right? We just have to call it as it is. Okay, so if we take a look at the altcoin dominance, if you don't know what the altcoin dominance is like 100% minus the Bitcoin dominance, so it'll give you the altcoin dominance, right? So basically it is the inverse of the Bitcoin dominance, right? So if you take a look at it right here, we got a pretty nasty divergence. Okay, we got our first rejection right here. Price action pushed back up to 60% right there, right? We got another rejection, could not get a clean a bullish crossover. And if you take a look at it right here again, we push back up to like nearly 61%, between January and December and January, right? And we could not get a bullish crossover. And if you recall, we said it, in multiple live streams. What we've been saying is like whenever you get a rejection like that or like that, it is a bad sign. We just have to respect it. It is always, a bad sign, right? So it means like altcoin most likely going to lose some dominance to a BTC, meaning like altcoin will basically lose some market share to a BTC. They market cap will shrink faster than the BTC market cap. Okay, it doesn't mean like they will they will dump. Okay, if their market cap going to shrink faster, right, than the BTC market cap, it means like they will dump. If their market cap also expand slower than the BTC market cap, it will also dump. Okay, so but it depends on the market cycle we're looking at. So since like market is bearish right now, it is more feasible to say, hey, the altcoin market dominance will shrink, and at the same time the altcoin you know market cap will shrink. You see what I'm saying? Because the market sentiment, the market sentiment right now, it is what it is downward, or if you want to call it bear market, bearish, whatever. Okay, so keep an eye on it. So the price level we could be looking for could be all the way down here, right around like a 52%, which is basically what 48% for the BTC dominance. Because remember, the inverse of the BTC dominance gives you what? Alt dominance, right? So the altcoin dominance, right? So we would be looking for the 53 to 52%, right, within the next like a few weeks or even like a few months. Okay, because this guy moved pretty slow, right? So keep that in mind. Okay, so it is a nice distribution top also. We just don't want to break out below 52. That'll be ugly because we could be looking for all the way down to 48, right? 48%, right, till we get another basically a bullish crossover on our MACD. All right, so guys, make sure to hit the likes if you enjoy the content. If you find the content useful, right, if you find one chart useful, make sure to just hit the likes, right, and share the content. Ivan in the house, Pablo S Crypto in the house, Craig in the house, Jude Moonboy XRP 589 in the house, Quiet Cook in the house, Jenko Gold in the house. Hey San, are we going to a pump soon? Oh, Jenko is a moon boy. We will pump. We will pump Jenko. John Do, what up, man? All right. So, guys, hopefully you got the macro analysis. All these analysis we just talk about, none of them are basically like a short term. Okay. Yes, the volatility could be high over the next like a few days, and we see like high volatility in terms of price action, and it will affect the altcoin dominance. Okay, so speaking of the altcoin dominance, we know that the altcoin will pull back. So how will it affect this guy right here, right there? Okay, this guy right here, Fantom. So just to give you guys a quick price history of Fantom, I was pretty bullish on Fantom, even back in like August 2020, guys. But I was trading only Fantom BTC back then. I wasn't even looking at the Fantom price. I didn't even know like Fantom USD price. Okay, when Fantom was like Fantom was like 100 sats and all that good stuff. I didn't even know the Fantom USD price, right? So if you take a look at it right here, in terms of wave analysis, just to simplify it, you could count it differently, but to give you the simplest count, right, we got a clear 5-wave structure, and I don't think like many wave analysts going to deny, right, the fact that we got 5-wave. Okay, when we do another video regarding Fantom, I will basically explain to you guys why you could count it differently in a more bullish fashion. Okay, but since like we're expecting the altcoin dominance to pull back, remember Fantom pumped like from like what 30 million market cap when I was trading it back in November, even lower than 30 million, and right now sucker is some billions, right? So if you take a look at it in terms of wave analysis, we can clearly say we got what? A five-way structure. And whenever we get a five-way structure, right, like that, right, what do you expect next? You just have to expect what? Some sort of pullbacks. Okay, you just have to expect some sort of pullback. You don't know. Okay, as I said, okay, we just don't know what type of pullbacks we're going to get. It could be a triangle, right? It could be a flat correction. Okay, it could be a wedge pattern. It could be a zigzag. We don't know. We don't care. All we wanna see is like, okay, are we going to pull back? And later on, once we get like 50% to 60% confirmation of the type of correction we're going to get, right? We can rely on that correction. But as of now, we got five-wave correction, right? And if we take a look at our MACD right here on the weekly basis, MACD is doing what? Flipping negative. Okay, so in price action, it is struggling to stay above the 21 EMA. So it is what? A bearish sign. Okay, so we just got our most recent rejection, just about like a 3.3, 3.4 area. And I was like, guys, we got to get out of the, got to stay away from the 3.2, 3.3 area. And on top of that, if we take a look at it in terms of candle patterns, right? You can see like right there, we got a nasty rejection, just like Atom. Okay, just like Atom. So Atom, a couple of weeks ago, as soon as I saw the weekly, shooting star, I was like, okay, that's it. Okay, since like the BTC dominance will be pulling back up, the altcoin dominance will be pulling back down. Atom just gave us what? A shooting star. Atom most likely going to get some heavy, rejection between 42 to 44. And that's exactly what happened. We talk about it in our premium, Atom resistance like a 42 to 44, 43.95 and all that good stuff. And it dumped all the way down to our price target of, on average 28, right? 27 area, okay? So if we take a look at, Fantom, it is just Atom 2.0. It is just Atom 2.0. If we take a look at Atom right here, same exact price. Let me just delete this, right? Same exact price, price action. That's Atom and that's Fantom. Okay? They both of them got some and all that good stuff. Okay? That's Fantom, Atom, Fantom, Atom. Same thing. Okay? Same exact price action, right? So if we nailed, okay, Fantom, right? We nailed Fantom. Okay, we nailed Ethereum. Now, actually, we trying to nail Fantom. Okay, actually, we nailed the top right for Fantom. We can say $3. We call it like 3.3, 3.2. Get out of it, right? So basically, we nailed Ethereum, right, using the same exact strategy. We nailed Atom using the same exact strategy. AVAX, Solana, Matic, all of them. Okay, we said that was the top. Okay, so if Fantom is lagging behind, right, it is because the BTC dominance hasn't broken out yet massively to the upside. Okay, so if you take a look at it right here in terms of another indicator, we talk about the MACD. If we take a look at the RSI, okay, we got pretty good evidences, right? Fantom could be could be pulling back lower. Okay, so our previous high right here back in May, right around 80 cents, right, 89 cents right there. RSI was pretty high, so we dump lower right here, pump back up, right, all the way up to nearly $3, 3.30. RSI was what? Lower, and we push back up to close above our most recent high based on closing basis. RSI was what? Lower. So you can see like price action is making what? High highs, right? But the strength of those moves, okay, they getting weaker and weaker. Okay, so it means like at some point bears will notice the price action and they're going to be like, why this guy is not dumping? Okay, why this guy is not dumping? So it is going to be a nice range for the whales, right, to reaccumulate Atom, right, not Atom but Fantom at low prices. So since like we got all the evidences, right, we're going to be pushing back down. right? So what price level we could be looking at to reaccumulate some atom, right? Not financial advice, right? It is my own opinion, right? So if you take a look at it right here, we can take a look at it in terms of Fibonacci. Okay, so if you want to take a look at it in Fibonacci, in terms of Fibonacci, right? We could do a swing low to swing high, right? Remember, we said what? We got five-way structure, so we can include the absolute bottom right here because that was our wave one right here, the bottom of the wave one. So 382 pullback going to be all the way down to 18 cents, right? I don't think we will get there anytime soon unless, okay, we get a massive breakdown in, in the crypto space and we dump down to like 18 cents in the short term, right? But the most important price level we could keep an eye on going to be 236. Okay, so 236 going to be a key level, right? 236 Fibonacci, right? Point 236 going to be at 57 cents. Okay, I know it is quite deep. It is quite deep, right? But we just have to keep an eye on it because that's what the what the Fibonacci is saying, and that's what we got based on our wave analysis right here. So another more bullish way of looking at it, it is going to be just to assume, okay, we're not going to be that wave 5 right here. It is not absolutely the wave 5. We will talk about it in another video and all that good stuff. And if that's the case, we could still be looking for like 50% to a 0.618 right here. Okay, that's going to be 74 75 cents range, and 51 52. So that's the same type of analysis I did on AVAX, right? Before sucker dump, okay, all the way down to 51, because I talked about it when it was like nearly 95. So I saw the same, I'm seeing the same trend as we had on Ethereum, AVAX, Atom, Matic, Solana. Even Solana, when Solana was like 191 to $100, I was like, okay, we will be pulling back down. LRC, when LRC was like 230, I was like, okay, we will be pulling back down to like 95 to 105. Okay, so all those moves gave us like on average over 50%. Okay, Solana, dumped from $200 below down to like $80. Okay, and I was looking for like 105, and second target 75. Did not hit the second target of 75, but hit the $80. But just to cut it short, right? Fantom could be, you know, could be quite bearish over the next like a few weeks and all that good stuff. So now let's take a look at it on a 3D basis, which is our most important time frame in terms of like finding the directional move. If we take a look at it on a 3D basis, you know exactly what I'm gonna say. Okay, MACD right here is negative, right? Second crossover price action is what? Struggling to what? Break out above the 21. Okay, it is struggling to break out above the 21 EMA. If you take a look at it on Ethereum, that's the same thing we talk about regarding Ethereum, back in December, January, okay, early January. We said Ethereum will dump all the way down to 2650. Okay, so and we got that move on Ether. Take a look at it right here. We talk about it the second week of December right there, right? And I reminded you guys regarding Ether, late December, okay, before the yearly cycle open and all that good stuff. We were calling for what Ether could push all the way down to even the monthly 21 EMA, right? So if you take a look at Ether, bang, okay, we hit our monthly 21 EMA. So these are macro calls, not like short-term calls, okay? So keep an eye on Ether. We will talk about Ether in another video and all that good stuff. But I just wanted to focus on Fantom, the BTC dominance, and the altcoin dominance, right? So that's all I wanted to focus on today, right? And even not Solana, but Luna, we nailed Luna beautifully, okay? From like 83. I was watching this guy, right? And just was waiting for the top formation. We even got a head and shoulder pattern formation right here, but I just wanted to simplify it, not to talk about too many patterns, but just to talk about what is the talk about the most apparent setup, right? So it already hit like nearly 47, okay, and the short entry was, first short entry was like 83 to 84 area. Okay, hit that range, dump all the way down to 60, dump all the way down to 52, and push back up to like a 69. And I was like, okay, it is another chance for the bears to take it back down. Okay, so when this guy is a dump, they will dump properly. They're not going to dump like 2%, 3%. But when they pump, they will pump properly too, right? They're not going to pump like, they will give you some proper popcorn moves. All right, Link Spin in the house, Sha in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in, Link Sphinx. Mark, you're welcome. You're welcome, Link Sphinx. Mark in the house. Yeah, Mark in the house. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do some Q&A. If you guys have any question regarding any alt, I'm gonna cut it short today, guys. So make sure to let me know which alt you want to discuss really quickly, so we can go back to the chart and all that good stuff, right? So in the short term, let's go ahead and while I'm giving you guys time to think about which art you want to talk about, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at BTC on the hourly basis. So BTC on the hourly doesn't look bad, right? It was kind of it was a fun range to trade right here, right? Started from the 15 minutes, right? So on the 15 minutes time frame, a couple of days ago, when we got the dump, I was like, okay, hold on one second, okay? Because we had a nice bullish divergence right here, right? So I was like, okay, resistance is going to be the 50, not 50, man. What's wrong with me? 37 right here. So as soon as I saw the bullish divergence right here, I was like, okay, it's time to go to sleep because we got, we're going to get some low volatility back to 37 and all that good stuff. And we got the rejection, okay, from 37, and we dumped back down to where 35.5. Guess what? From the 15 minutes, right? You look up to the hourly time frame. What do you get? You get another bullish divergence right here. I was like, oops, it is time to go back to sleep. It's not dropping lower. Bang. Okay. So as of now, what you can see right here is like it is printing what? A wedge pattern. You could look at it as a wedge pattern right there, similar to what we printed right here. Okay, similar wedge pattern. So what we need to look for if you are trading BTC on the hourly and all that good stuff, we got to get the MACD on the hourly basis to get the job done by crossing negative. Okay, remember, as soon as we cross negative right here, what we did, we dumped much lower. But it could also be a top distribution pattern where we basically stay sideways right here for the next like few hours or even like the entire weekend. We don't know. Okay, so MACD right here got to cross negative. If the volatility is high enough, it could dump below the 21 EMA right there, right? If not, it could just create some sort of distribution right here, meaning like we're just going to stay a bit above and above like a 37 and below 38 right here for the entire weekend. Okay, I seen it like a couple of days ago, like on Atom. Okay, when Atom was like 30, between 37 35 range. Okay, and I spotted it and I was like, okay, it's time to suck it up and take it all the way down to 28 on average, guys. So we shorted it all the way down to all the way down to all the way down to 28 on average. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna show you guys. So if you take a look at Atom right here, right, that was like a couple of days ago on on the 23rd, right there. Okay, so what I said was like, okay, we most likely going to be reversing. Our first entry was like a 42 up to 44, right? It dumped to our target of 30 and it pushed back up to like a nearly a 35 range. I was like, okay, it is time to suck it up and take it down again, right? So if you take a look at the setup right here, we dump all the way down to our target, never hit the 38 resistance and all that good stuff, right? The first setup was like right there when Atom was triple tapping. anticipated the move back up to 42, 43, was looking for like a 20, 32 or 27. So it dumped like from 43 all the way down to like a $30. Okay, guys. So some big moves, guys. Some big moves over the last few days and all that good stuff, right? So you take a look at also Uniswap. That setup was like the first week of January. Okay, bang, Uni was like right around like a $17. Was looking for all a move all the way down to like nearly $11. So a big move, and Uni dumped like nearly 50%. Okay, dumped like nearly 50% and all that good stuff. Bang, you take a look at it. All right, so we even dumped down to $10 and lower, right? So now let's go back to the Moonboy analysis, right? So let me check the chat room. Hey, what's up, Matt? Thanks a lot for tuning in. It's been a while, man. Where you been at? Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at all me. Or am I? I think this is it, right? E-comment. On the hour, you're already getting a a top formation right here, okay? But let's take a look at it on the higher time frame. Let me know if that is it, economy, right? Let's check it right here. Man, I just can't do a live stream for 30 minutes, right? I be trying, but so much to cover, man. I just don't want to basically, do a live stream and talk about nonsense and then cut it short. I just try to give you guys the best analysis, and in order to get the best analysis, you got to get, you know, you got to give, you got to get some time, right? What's going on right here? Come on, buddy. Oh gosh. Freezing. Don't do me like that. Come on, buddy. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take a look at a secret. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna skip a OMI, right? CRTS. So CRTS, another top formation right here on a 12-hour basis, right? It is easy to spot. You could get a potential spike to retest the top just to get a clear divergence right here, but you already got a another top formation right here. Okay, so on the 12-hour, let's take a look at it on the 3D. On the 3D, doesn't look bad, but you could anticipate some sort of rejection. Okay, if we push all the way up to a 007. All right, so 007 going to be your resistance, right? Yeah, it seems like you're getting close to Rec City, right, to the top. So in order to basically push higher, we got to not we can't basically cross negative right here. Okay, we got to push higher and get a big breakout candle above it. Okay, but since like all season is not around, right, and you're making a double top, just be cautious. Okay, or RN BTC, Orion BTC. It's been down since March, right? Of course, right? So what the trend I've been seeing over the last few weeks is like most of these alt they're retesting the January 2021 lows. So it is at 0.786. We do have a nice bull divergence right here on our 2D basis. Probably we do have another one on our 3D, right? So it is under accumulation, but not reversal yet. Okay, it is under accumulation but not reversal, so you could get some nice pop. All right, but you got to take profits depending on where you enter, right? So if the next pop get rejected, right, you got to suck it up right there. That's going to be your next reaccumulation, right? So a nice bullish divergence right here. Okay, sometimes you get these bullish divergences like what we had on Link on the 3D basis, and it pumped all the way up. I think like from 40,000 all the way up to like a 60,000 sats, but now it is back down to the 40,000. So because it is not all season, so I like these bullish divergences on the 3D when it is time for alt season. But since like the BTC dominance is breaking out, you could get some popcorn moves, but they're not going to be sustainable. Okay, so 100 inch, 1 inch, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Matic. Matic USD looks pretty jullish on the downside, right? So pretty pretty obvious setup. I talked about it when Matic was right here, and I told you guys don't mess with Matic at above like a 2.5, okay, 2.8 range. Okay, so that was like late December. It is like less than 30 days, and we already dumped over 50%, right? Okay, we dumped like over 53%. So you just have to be very cautious when YouTube is starting to talk about something that is pumping. That's why when something is pumping, I don't talk about it, right? So I talk about like things that are, less in favor, right? Some low cap alt like Fantom. When we talk about Fantom was 30 million market cap. Okay, no one was talking about Fantom. OEN, no one was talking about OEN. CHR, no one was talking about CHR. Okay, and all that good stuff. Okay, Matic back in 2019, 2020, when I was talking about Matic, no one was talking about Matic. Okay, so that's why I like to look for like some low cap alt, right? Now I'm talking about like router. Some people say router, but router, whatever. ROUTE, right? R BTC, right? ROUTER, right? BTC. It pumped like nearly of 400%, right? From 250 to 13-14 dollars was going up too fast. Okay, so I just wanted to wait for it to cool off. All right, but it is most likely going to cool off down to the 10,000 sats. We will talk about it in another video and all that good stuff, right? But going back to Matic, next support 0.618 going to be 135 to 130, and the max support going to be all the way down to like 50 cents, 70 cents. Okay, a pretty easy call to make a bearish divergence on our 3D up to the weekly time frame, pretty similar to what we just said regarding Fantom. Breakout below the weekly 21, bang. What's next after that, right? So double divergence right here, not you, but you right there. So very, very easy, very, very easy setup. Okay. So look for the 135 within the next like a few weeks, few months, right? Uh, Sharma in a house. MST, FTM. I don't know what you mean. I mean, missed. I think I saw missed right here. I got a chart of missed. I don't know which one you're talking about, right? But because they got two missed, MIST, no MST. This guy. Where you at? Where you at? I can't find my trader chart. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Oh, it's already 15 minutes, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at MST. I don't know which one you're talking about, right? I don't know. I don't know the. I don't think you. I don't think you're talking about the same chart I was thinking you were talking about. Now let's go ahead and take a look at 1 inch. So 1 inch, it is it got cut half and half and half and half again. Okay, so 1 inch, it is back down to the July lows. It got to pop. If it doesn't pop before Bitcoin, Bitcoin gets the job done, it could pull back lower. Next Fibonacci going to be 122. That's going to be 50%, and 0.618 going to be almost at 79. Okay, that's going to be at 79. Let's take a look at a 1 inch BTC. 1 inch BTC, next support on the macro level going to be almost at 3,000 sats. Okay, and you know, but we will see if bulls going to show up. It doesn't seem like they were going to show up, right? Weekly MACD doesn't look good at all, right? So it looks like we could still get it cheaper if we do not pop before the Bitcoin, dominance pop to the upside, right? Yeah, on the 3D, we're still not getting the 3D bullish divergence right here. That's what I just tried to show you. Like sometimes you can get the pump right here, but if the BTC dominance is going to pump, they could come back down because it is not going to be alt season. Very few alt will pump with BTC, okay? With the BTC dominance pumping, that's what I mean, okay? Very few alt. Like I seen it, I think like KNC, right? Carbon Network, did it back in 2018, 2019, right, when the BTC dominance was pumping. But it is hard to find an alt, right, that is going to pump with the BTC dominance. So it doesn't worth the risk, right, looking for it. So best thing to do is just like reaccumulate at supports, right, and wait for the BTC dominance to cool off, and also going to pump 5-10x, and then you go back to BTC before the BTC USD pump back up, right? All right, guys, I'm just gonna cut it short, and we will go for another live stream over the next like a few, a few hours or even like a few days, right? All right, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in, right?